Hi, it's Maxine here. Welcome to Weekly Wellness. I did a post the other week about how you respond when things don't go to plan. And it was really bizarre because that very same day I had a situation at work where something happened that really threw me, and it didn't go to plan. And I really had to put my advice into action. So I had a situation where some clients turned up at my spa and they thought that they'd got a booking, but there'd been a misunderstanding and they'd cancelled it, or one of the parties had cancelled it. So I was presented with 4 people in front of me on reception who wanted and were expecting a spa day. And so I had to really think on my feet. And in the past, I have to admit, that would have absolutely thrown me and I'd have been in a big panic, and I probably would have thrown it back to them and got really upset about it. But in my head, I just took a step back, a deep breath, thought, okay, how can I handle this situation? Is there anything I can do right now to resolve it? Luckily there was. I could offer them something there and then. It wasn't quite what they'd booked, but it was enough that they could still be together. So it was 2 mums and 2 daughters. So they could still spend a few hours together, and then come back another time for the package that they were expecting. And I was sort of chuckling to myself inside, thinking how ironic it was that very day I had written a post about how you respond when things don't go to plan. And life does that to us, doesn't it? It throws us curveballs. It throws us situations that we're not expecting. And you can either respond in a really highly stressed way, in a not a compassionate way, or you can do what I did. I mean, I've got to say, I did feel a bit stressed, don't get me wrong. I wasn't just lying down thinking, oh yeah, this is cool, I can deal with this. There was a bit of a inside, what's happening. But I managed to step back and just assess the situation, take a few minutes to think, how can I handle this situation? And then, present a solution to the problem that meant that my customers were still happy. And I think it's probably testament to the amount of work that I do on myself to try and create that balance. And when you practice things like I do, yoga and meditation on a regular basis, when you're doing those things, not only does it feel great, but it's sort of training your brain to be a bit calmer. And I genuinely think that then helps you solve problems better, because you're not coming from this like, my head's full all the time and now I've got a problem to solve. You're coming from a bit of a calmer position, and so you get that clarity. You can still see solutions without getting really het up about it. So if you find that when you're presented with problems in life, that, like I said, we get some real curveballs hitting us that we just don't expect, how do you respond to those situations? Just think about an example. And if you find that you burst into tears, or you get really angry about situations that are outside your control, and rightly so, sometimes we are upset and we are angry, but it's how long that carries on for and how you respond to the problem. So notice whether there are times when you really can't deal with challenges that come your way, and think about how you can change so that you change your response. You are totally in control of how you respond to situations, and put practices like I do into place, like regular meditation and regular yoga, time being quiet, because it genuinely does help. Because I would have flown off the handle a few years ago had I been presented with a situation that I was, and I was able to deal with it relatively calmly and to the satisfaction of everybody. And so, like I say, it was quite ironic that I'd literally been posting about that earlier in the day, and then this situation presented itself just as a test. Oh, can she, put what she says into action? And thankfully I did. So like I say, have a think about what how you respond to situations that are outside your control, that really throw you. And think about what mechanisms you can put into place to try and help just calm your body down generally, so that you are able to cope with those problems a bit easier going forward. Okay, well, share your examples with us, and I will look forward to seeing you next time.